Oh my gosh, guys. I was at Aquashella, I was talking to some people, and somehow the subject of shark eggs came up. And shark eggs, like really? I mean, I've seen them hanging in these little bag things, and well, they told me they could order me one. And it happens to be a local fish store in my area. They called me today, said it has come in, and I'm here to pick it up. Today, we're gonna be setting up a saltwater aquarium to incubate the shark egg. It won't actually hatch in this because it's temporary. And while we're waiting for it to incubate, well, we'll set up a new saltwater aquarium specific for this shark. So let's go ahead and get in here and get this shark egg picked up. That's it, guys. That right there. Look at this thing. I mean, it doesn't look like much in here, but let's get this thing home and see what we've got. What? Are you kidding me? Do you see this? This is a freaking shark egg. And we're gonna take it home and we're gonna hatch it. Guys, well, we are going to start with a plastic bin like we do a lot, and this plastic bin has been fully cleaned. So to do this setup, it's going to be pretty simple, and I need you to understand this will not be the permanent place that this egg stays. It is temporary. Once again, it is temporary. So to get this started, we're going to go ahead and put some base layer of substrate in the bottom. We're using a brand name SUBSTRATE that is a live sand, and it actually has dormant bacteria in it which will help keep ammonia under control in the setup. What is going to come out of this egg is going to need some sort of a soft sand bedding, not crushed shell and things of that nature, because it can tear up their belly. But for the purpose of this stuff is great for helping reduce nitrates and such inside of your saltwater aquarium. And as you can see, you know, it's just crushed rock and such. So now that we have this in here, we need to go ahead and start working on the filtration system. And the filtration system is going to be pretty simple. So what we're going to use is a very simplistic, kind of above the tank sump filtration system. And if you notice, I've just placed this bucket right inside of here. This bucket is about 6 inches deep, and that is what is going to hold all of our filtration media. So for biological, we're going to be using some live rock, and this live rock is going to go right inside of this tub, and that will be perfect. It'll be just enough. It holds all of our beneficial bacteria, and this tub is going to sit right back here just like this. Now what we'll want is we need to be able to pull water out of the bottom and feed it up into the top, and we'll do that with just a standard pump. Before we do that though, we need to go ahead and get the water into this setup, and we're going to do that now. All right guys, well, we're having a little bit of a problem with the box bowing, and that is just simply because I bought a cheaper box, which is fine, but we're going to solve that. And here's how we're going to do that. So what I have here is, this is a heat tool, and I'm going to take this box, I'm going to push it all the way to the back where I want it to sit. I'm going to pull these together like this, and then I'm just going to simply burn a hole through both sets of plastic. So what I'm doing is just sitting the biological filtration system on top of this water bin and making a mark with this burn tool. Then I'm simply melting a hole through both sets in the exact same spot, which will allow me to place a zip tie through here, securing the bin to the larger bin as well as keeping the bowing from occurring. We're going to take some of these little zip ties here, and we are going to zip tie this box to the edge just like this, and it'll actually hold it up and keep it steady for us. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and go back in here, grab our live rock, and place this right back into the bin. And now the bin is completely sealed down and we have no movement. It also keeps the box together, which is good. So now with that done, we need to be able to get water flow into this tub here, and we're going to do that with a small little pump. And as you can see, we have kind of an above the tank sump, if you will. So we have water pumping from the bottom section here up inside of this tub that holds some live rock and then spills back over inside. It'll keep water flow going. It'll keep the water somewhat oxygenated. We're gonna go ahead and drop in a air stone in here as well, just to oxygenate the water. And then we'll go ahead and get this shark egg in here and acclimated. So let's go get that done now. All right, guys, well, this thing is completely set up with the exception of one thing, and that is we need to add a heater to this. So let's go ahead and get that in there now. This is a very basic heater. It's just a flat heater, and I'm actually just gonna place this right back here in this sump box up here. I use these flat heaters in many of my setups, like my shrimp setup and everything else. And that'll just sit right here. Put it right there between these rocks. Doesn't get hot enough where it's gonna melt the plastic, which is good. And that's perfect. So that will go ahead and give us enough warmth in this to make hatching this egg successful. So with that, this entire setup is completely done. So what we need to do now is go ahead and introduce you to this shark egg. So we already have this guy on a clip, and he's gonna go right inside of our tub here. You don't want to have this thing out of the water for very long, so we're gonna actually move this entire bucket over here, and we are going to pour this guy directly in. And all this junk that's in here is, you know, fine, but I want to just pour him in because, like I said, you're really not supposed to have them out of water for any period of time. So we're trying to keep that from happening. So we will take this guy and we are going to place him right there on the side. Actually, and before we do that, let's talk about the egg itself. So in this egg, you can kind of see that there's a round hole right here in the middle at the bottom. And I'm gonna put an arrow to that right here. That is kind of like the exit port. That is where the shark is gonna actually come out when it hatches. So you wanna grab it from the other end or from the side. And then we're just gonna simply take it over here and we are going to attach it to the wall of this plastic tub, and this is where this shark egg will live until it is ready to hatch. And we will continue to show updates on it, and let's see if we can maybe get some GoPro footage of this little baby shark in here. Do you guys see this? That little wiggly worm thing in there is in fact our baby shark. So with that, guys, this thing is completely set up. Here's our little baby shark egg right here. We are actually going to add some saltwater fish to this enclosure at some point just to keep a bio load up. Even though we have live rock and live sand in here, we're still gonna add something. And I think you'll be interested in what we put in here. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you can watch the progress of this shark, because it's gonna take weeks upon weeks upon weeks for this to hatch. And with that, hopefully you went on to enjoy this video and you are just as interested in this shark egg as I am. This is going to be absolutely epic. I cannot wait for this thing to hatch. I cannot wait to start up a new saltwater aquarium. So if you have not subscribed and you have not turned on your notification bell, make sure you do that so you can stay up to date on this shark egg with us, as well as follow us on Instagram as well as Facebook. Links to both are down below. Also, in 2 very short days, I will be in Orlando, Florida at Animal Con USA as a creator. So if you happen to be coming to Animal Con, make sure you come find me. I'd love to meet everybody that will be there. So with that, thank you so very much. I am truly grateful from the bottom of my heart for each and every one of you. And hey, we will see you next time.